everyone, Long here. So I am going to talk to you about a game that I received whose code I received from Keymailer. This is Ranchbound. So the first time I played this game, I was actually like, I thought I was doing fine, just following the tutorial, and then I ended up falling asleep as time went on because there really wasn't a lot going on with this one. In fact, it was actually it was a little too calm. I didn't know what to make of it. Except that I knew that I was playing the role of the owner of a new ranch that I acquired. So as you can see here, like in the tutorial, like just got one cowboy who had who's in charge of like getting things moving along, trying to get my ranch started. And there was one function, and that was just mainly to like manage your cattle for many things. So I was just trying to get used to everything here, and I had a lot of functions here. But but otherwise, like once you get past the tutorial, you're basically told later that you have a debt you need to pay to the bank, and so you have basically until like you have 85 days to. There you go. Ranch grows, and also like it's like at times I found that I missed out on a lot of the tutorials when they pop up. So that's just something you end up learning in to like look for. So, but once you do, you start to like it. You eventually get used to it, and then you start taking in like the setting that the developers have crafted here. The experience itself is pretty simplistic, but a lot of elements went into this in order to build something that I think was pretty special for them to make. Yeah, so if you want to, you're more than welcome to like lay back and then try to like just immerse yourself in everything that's going on with your ranch, including having your one lone ranch hand whose names are already like constructed for you, so no customization of those ranch hands. Those are the men that you command and direct to tell them what exactly they're supposed to do. So you just get used to it, and then it becomes like a second nature to you eventually. The entire time in the game, you got this one song that just cycles in all the time, and it just plays throughout the demo. It is very clear that this is a game that is in its early conception stages. Looks like they have just had a chance to figure out like what their gameplay loop is going to be like. And then as you can see here, later on, like a notification popped up. And this is essentially the situation that you'll have to solve. So yeah. Yep. So you do have to pay that debt at $506, and you have until day 85 to do it. Right now you're at day 3, so there's plenty of time for you to like go out and grow your ranch to get to that point where you can basically pay down that debt. So now keep it in pace, in the context of like something that's of the setting, which is like either late 18th, like late 19th century or early 20th century, America. That is a lot of money to try to raise. You really did not earn a lot of dollars unless you were some ruthless like industry baron or like a who knew that early on that if you own the land, you control the land, you basically own the world. So, so essentially everyone's got some meager salaries. Like this ranch hand is basically working for $1 a day, but you do get a lot of helpful information here, and they only tell you as much as they feel that you're going to interact with. When you're playing the game, eventually like you figure out like your goal, the gameplay loop, which is that you need to start with like a little herd of cattle, and then you have to and then you need to do things such as like bring them out to the pasture, have them graze on the pastures until the grass runs out, but allow for cows to take the opportunity to like breed calves, and then occasionally you'll have to occasionally you'll have to take care of the Native American tribe. That in this case is the Wakina tribe, and then your goal would be to just go ahead and provide them with the cattle that they're looking for. So now when you get now the buttons are there to provide you with shortcuts to those points to those important spots, the points of view. But if you were to just look around, you get to see how wonderfully crafted the developer has crafted that western town, that Wild West town, and then also the settlement of the Wakina tribe. So as you can see here, I believe that we are, yep. So the ranch hand here is going to make a sale and deliver the cattle to the Wakina tribe, so this is to keep them fed. They don't really have a lot of money, but they're willing to work to have feed their people. So you're not going to make a lot of money with them, but you'll be doing a good thing by feeding the Wakina tribe. So this will help to. So there will be some value to be had for your cattle. But your real money maker is in trying to sell your cows to the beef industry. No, excuse me. I am actually fumbling my words here. I think at some point I will start writing scripts for this, but I wanted to just kind of sit back and relax, and I'll eventually get better at composing my thoughts, because I am speaking from a stream of consciousness. Sometimes that stream does wander around every so often, and I try my best to figure things out. So yes, unfortunately, this also results in me growing white hair, just thinking too much about things. But at the end of the day, it is for things that I really do love and actually really care about. So in this case, it's just playing a really decently crafted game. So clearly the developer knew what they were doing, because I actually don't know who the developer is. I just simply know the name of the company that they've decided to fall under. But the developer has actually taken time to craft a really well-made game here. The loop is actually pretty solid. It is a vertical slice. Being able to managing a ranch, and eventually I'm pretty confident that the developer will expand to different features beyond just herding cattle. Eventually, with the number of ranch hands, I imagine that there will be other bandits trying to steal cattle, some savages trying to kill cattle. And by savages, I do not refer to Indians in this case, in this context here. So, and we're talking about the Native American Indians, dots, not feathers, as Professor Lambeau would say. The attention paid to the animations are actually quite beautiful to look at. You see the ranch hands actually getting the work done. The setting is there, and then you see the cattle, they are getting prepped and ready to be loaded onto a train to be to feed whatever reach the train tracks have at this point in time. So if you look at the top right, so the top right corner has all the notifications here, including that train, which will signify that a new train has arrived to take in a new order of cattle. So something to keep in mind. Now, in this map, there are a total of 5 pastures that I counted that you can actually purchase to basically you need to manage your your ranch effectively to rotate between between pastures. You can't really sit your herds for too long in one pasture because the grass will eventually run out, and the pasture needs a chance to regenerate. So the developers kept it simple. There may be some, it may be based on some real like actual rules that Mother Nature has in place, but it's also simplified to where, okay, so there are some trade-offs that can be made. If it's too ultra real, like what it is in Red Dead Redemption, you're just taking way too many steps to get a simple action done. When all you had to do is like sketch out, okay, what's the acceptable number of actions to take in a like a kind of like the cycle of a scenario. Um, and I think the developer actually did that pretty well. It's just simply, the cattle, they can consume a certain amount, and it's measured in percentage as well. So a lot of factors will go in there. Um, from what I've seen, like there are capacities for the number of cows you can have on there, and I safely assume that the larger the capacity, the the slower it takes to consume all of the grass on one pasture. So the grass nurtures the cows that you have, and especially when you have at least two cows grazing on one pasture, they do occasionally breed calves, which and there are rules to this as well. Calves can only grow and mature out in the pastures, and especially when they're able to graze. And then the cows, they're able to breed calves when there's at least two of them. And then and of course, like the more cows that you have available on one pasture, the more calves you're able to breed on a pasture, with over a certain amount of time. The issue comes when once that grass has been consumed and it's in a trampled state, the activity unfortunately does stop. So there really is no starvation for them. The only limitations is that the ranch hands themselves, they have a stamina bar, and if they're out doing work for too long, they will eventually return to the ranch house on their own, and then try to get their shut eye. And so you got to so you have to monitor your ranch hands pretty carefully here. You do end up getting access to additional pastures, so that you can actually go out and rotate your cattle. But also one thing to keep in mind is you can also overbreed, and there's really not a mechanic for it. It's just Mother Nature taking its course. There are ways to manage it, so have just one of each. A cow can't breed with a calf, so that's your way of preventing it. Another thing you can do is that you can also put them in the pen, in your pen, so what you can actually upgrade up to hold up to 30 cattle, and then that will actually stop them from breeding. So they can only breed when they're grazing on healthy pastures. So as long as your grass availability stays above 0, the cattle can breed. The cows and the calves can graze, and they can do their activities. The calves can grow, and then the cows can breed more calves. So yeah, and you will need to purchase, eventually purchase all of the available pastures in order to get to your goal, and then pay off that bank loan. As time goes on, as you can see here, you've got a full cattle pen. That's my pen, and then that's the town's pen. But down here, take a look. I actually did not discover this until day 56 into the game, where I can actually hire other ranch hands. I think that would have definitely helped me speed things up, further, but glad I learned it. Better late than never. So, all right. So there's your debt, current debt, repayment due date. So I have the money now, and I'll gladly pay off that loan. All right, new Cowboys. So yeah, so these folks knew like Cowboys eventually do help me, and not only that, I can actually deposit money into the bank, and then that will help me to grow my business. Pretty cool. I really very much dig this concept here. The developer has clearly laid out some kind of a vision to make this happen, and so as you can see here, like you can actually get multiple cowboys to work together to herd that cattle to their destination, and yeah. So anytime that you see the Wakina asking for for cattle, you just go ahead and just like sell them the cattle, so then get all happy. So this is basically the loop. So you need to also like provide for them, just to be in good behavior. I actually did not get to the point where the Wakina were ignored for over days in time. I don't know exactly what those conditions are where they could get hostile, but I just kept them fed because I felt that because I'm a good guy, and and I like getting the praise from people who I give who I sell to. So yeah, but anyway, that's the game. So this is the game. So at some point in this video, I do get the win condition, and then so we'll let you know when that pops up. But what I do like about this game is that's actually like very comfortable. It was actually a lot of fun to play. It was very it was very disarming, and it was actually very it eventually got to be stress free once I got to this point in time in the game where I was able to just manage all of the actions I took. Overall, I actually did get a lot of fun in here. So, and I played the game for a total of like maybe 2.5 hours at least, playing from start to finish, in order to like figure out that I could pay off the debt. I had actually accumulated more money before then, and there's the win condition here. So yeah, no more challenges. Yep. So shortly after this, I spent another half hour on top of this just to get like the feel of like what it's like to be a completionist, and that's basically where I'm going to stop here. But I'm just going to carry on. So like I'm actually like have enjoyed my time with this game. I'll probably will pick this up on release day, but I just want to say thank you to the developer. If you haven't yet, feel free to check. Yeah, if you haven't yet, check out Elder Song Games. This is the developer who actually who brought the game to life, and I just gotta say I was actually quite impressed. So, and then like later on, like there's these other stills which I didn't see. This game was way too confusing for me to play. I didn't know what the rules are for that one, so I just kind of like I caught it and then I just ignored it. So, but yeah. Anyway, great first effort. Game releases on August 2026. And I'll be sure to leave a link to the store page. Anyway, that's it for me, everyone. I just want to say thank you for checking out this video. If you liked what you saw here, then please do like the video, comment on what you enjoyed and what you didn't enjoy. And if you want to see more content like this, then please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. Again, thank you very much to Keymailer, and I hope to catch you on the next one. All right, hang loose.